What is going on with my career? Hi, long time no see. I've been taking these long unplanned breaks between videos more often than not for a couple of years now, and I feel the need to explain where I'm at and to be honest with you all. When I started this channel, I posted a recap of my Pleasant View that immediately blew up, at least to my standards. I got comments from my favorite Sims 2 content creators. I got 10,000 views in like 2 months, and even though I didn't want to jinx myself, a part of me thought I had instantly made it. As much as I tried to convince myself I wasn't doing it, I was always waiting for the next big hit. I got little tastes of it here and there, but none as great as when I posted that first ever video. When I was planning this channel, the point had never been to become well known and make money. It was the kind of situation where I thought that'd be great if it happens, but I'm not going to go for that specifically. Then it started getting very real very fast. I was able to monetize my channel after something like a year of posting videos, and I was still having a lot of fun at this point. But I was mostly excited at how the channel was growing. To make videos on YouTube, I guess it's required to be kind of self-important and seek attention, otherwise the idea wouldn't even seem tempting. Sharing my passion came first, but saying I wasn't obsessed with views, comments, and likes would be a lie. I felt like I needed to be liked and please everyone, and if I was getting less views on something, or God forbid, a single dislike, then I had failed. That's why I ended many series and changed directions with my channel multiple times. It's easy to say that trying to please everyone never works, but it's much harder to apply this kind of logical thinking to things that are so intrinsically linked to ego. I've been overthinking everything ever since I started this channel. There are things I'm firm about, things I will never change about myself, and things I'm confident about. But there is so much I don't know and so much I cannot deal with. When I made something completely outside of what people are used to from me, like the 100 Days in Stardew Valley video, I knew the entire time that I was making it for like 15 people who watched my videos for me and not only because we both liked The Sims 2. Still, when posting it, I hoped it would break containment and bring a new crowd to my channel, but life doesn't work that way, and I know it doesn't work that way. It put a huge damper on my mood for weeks, and I was as prepared as one could be for the video to flop, so I can't even imagine what I would have felt like if I thought the entire time that I was making a banger. The unfortunate truth is that I got extremely lucky with my first video and I never got down from that cloud. Suddenly, this entire endeavor wasn't only for fun, it became work. I'm still grateful for that because it allowed me to find my style, take risks with editing, and really let my imagination flow through my game. I don't think I would have done something like a Mid-Stranger Night's Dream or my Mega Hood videos if I hadn't been trying to outdo myself constantly. And I'm very proud of these videos, even though they show my progression in editing a bit too transparently. I guess we all end up being a bit cringed out by our early work. Each one of them is an editing bomb. Days of work for 10 to 15 minutes of video. And I have no idea if with more engagement, I could have kept that up. Once again, I've said things like this before, this is in no way a critic of my audience. This is definitely a personal problem that I have that shouldn't reflect on those who support me. When I say more engagement, I don't even think I understand quite what I mean. It is all so blurry and subjective, and it all comes down to my own unrealistic expectations. I always hoped for the next thing I did to be my new big thing. And I would work on it and give it the attention it needed to become the big thing I wanted it to be, to the point where I felt cheated when that didn't happen. It is no one's fault but mine. My channel has always been a more modest one, and I was never able to see the beauty and the freedom in that. I can do whatever I want. I don't rely on it for income. I can express myself and explore my passions, develop my skills, become who I want to be, but I want it to be the next big thing. It wasn't the plan, but I had tasted the first drops of it, and now I wanted the real thing. It made me bitter. it made me mean. I started wondering what other people were doing that I wasn't to get more views and more subscribers, despite the fact that my channel was older than theirs. I started looking for my channel in other people's recommendations and getting sad when it wouldn't be there. I thought I was much more important in the environment than I was because I felt like I had worked hard enough, that my mark was made. I had some bigger videos, I had a series that people seemed to be enjoying quite a bit, and my channel was big enough to be monetized. I thought it meant more than it really did, and that was the same problem I had with streaming. When I first started streaming, my first stream was the biggest it would ever be, and that is to be expected, but I didn't see it that way. I didn't see it as curious people coming in to check what it was like and who would probably never come back. I saw it as it can only get bigger from here. Sometimes it just doesn't get bigger. When I made Twitch partner, I genuinely expected to get subs every stream and keep growing exponentially. And that was insane of me. I was warned by so many other streamers that you cannot think this way about your streaming career because it only brings disappointment. It starts slow, and it is slow going for a long ass time until it blows up, if it ever does. This channel was the most exciting in the world to me until it wasn't. And then it became a source of shame. I didn't want another failure. I didn't feel like doing more work than I was already doing, and it was bringing in almost no money. It is sad to say, but I believe that if I got more steady money from it, I would have probably put more work into it and taken less breaks. As I've said and stressed plenty of times before, this has never been about the money. But since I was presented with the opportunity to make money from it, there is some part of my brain that kind of came to expect it, and then the money did not come. So it's hard to explain because it wasn't the point, but it kind of became the point in a weird, twisted way. Since I got monetized something like 3 years ago, I got paid 3 times by YouTube. That's 1 time per year, and you only get paid when you reach $100 of AdSense money. Of course, you do not get a full $100. They have to tax you first, so I got about $87 in my bank account 3 times in the past 3 years. I feel that it's important to be honest about this because I had no idea it was this bleak before I started doing it. I obviously don't have crazy views and I don't allow mid-roll ads on my videos, so that's income I don't get, but it still feels like so little for so much work. There have been times where that check for $87 has literally changed my life. I would look at my analytics obsessively, watching the pennies go up in the pay tab, hoping to get it before the end of the month. So in a way, I'm complaining, but in another way, thank God for that, you know? Now, I don't know where I'm at. I've been thinking of streaming again, but it just feels like a lost cause. I've not wanted to make a video in a really long time. I have been working on things for videos, like my own custom hood, but I've not felt the itch to record something random and edit it in the longest time. I don't doubt that it will come back, but for how long? How reliable will it be? I have no idea. This is not goodbye. This is me telling you that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, who the fuck I am, what the fuck I want, and what the fuck I have ever been doing. I've done a lot of work to manage my expectations, but I still have a lot more to do. I'm getting really close to finishing my custom hood, so hopefully that will be the next thing I do on this channel. I don't know when that will be or if people will like it, but at least I made something, I guess. Also, yes, the missing episode of the mega hood is gonna be out there someday. It just takes me like almost 2 weeks to edit, and I've not wanted to edit in multiple months. So, sorry. All this to say, I guess, thanks to everyone who stuck around with this channel. I have never known what I'm doing, and I suck at being casual. I love you. Marry me. Bye.